What's up, YouTubers? You know who this is. This is AJ Copeland. Let me take my seatbelt off. How's everybody doing today on this? What day is this? On this Monday morning. I look like I just woke up. Actually, I'm out. Let me set this phone. That's a good spot right there. But I gotta hold it. Darn it. Anyway, guys, today I thought maybe I'd talk about black women and their sons. Black women and their sons. Today, I was thinking about the relationships that black women have with their boys. And some of them have good relationships with their sons, and some of them have bad relationships with their sons. Today, I would like to talk about those that have not so good relationships with their boys and the reasons to why. I've had the opportunity to have various conversations with a few of my friends that haven't had so good of relationships with their mothers. Even I myself, at one point in life, God bless my mother's soul, she's no longer here, did not have a good relationship with my mother until later years in her life, which I thank God that I had an opportunity to make up for various time lost because of our misunderstandings on what happened to me as a child versus who I was as an adult or becoming an adult. I had to have a clear understanding of what was going on. And as I aged and realized how young my mother was when she had me, I could better understand why things happened the way they did. But I want to talk about the things that have somewhat torn relationships up when it comes to black young men and their mothers, mostly because of the bitterness and the anger that mothers have for their children's fathers, and especially when it comes to black men, young black boys. Mothers have a tendency to take out her vengeance and her wrath and her anger and disappointment in that child's dad on the child, and especially if the young man looks just like his father or maybe even have ways like his dad. So that's one situation. Another situation is where you find mothers depending on their young men to take care of them, to provide for them. Not that they're not having a husband or a boyfriend in the house, but because of those individuals not stepping up to the plate, and most of them are either alcoholics or on drugs, they depend on their boys to take care of them and their men. That is a problem. That creates issues within the relationship between a young man and his mother. Then we have situations where a young man may come out to his mother that he's gay, and his mom acts surprised, that as though she never knew or had any type of clue that her young son was gay or homosexual. And in fact, many of them would tell their son, "Oh, I knew all the time. Oh, I already knew that. Oh, I had an unction. Oh, I had a feeling. Oh, I thought about it. Oh, it crossed my mind." But they never, ever attempted to go to their sons and have that open conversation about what they were already thinking in their minds. And so that can also create issues within relationships when it comes to black mothers and their sons. So I brought up several points that can cause problems with black women and their sons. How do you deal with these situations, or how do you confront these issues or these problems? Because now some young men that are no longer young men, well, I would say no longer teenagers, or younger than teenagers, they're older in their early 20s and maybe 30s and some 40s and maybe even 50s, have no good relationship with their mothers because of no closure dealing with issues that came about when they were children or when they were very young. Why are mothers refusing to address those issues? Why won't they talk about those secrets about who's the daddy? That's another situation. I went through that myself with my mother when it came to who my father was. Later in life, I found out that me and my brother had two different dads. But for years, my mother would claim that me and my brother had the same dad. And that's another situation where it separates black boys from their mothers, is when they lie about who the daddy is. These type of things create nothing but friction and division and separation in family. Young men need their dads, that's true. But being that the mother is present and she gets all the credit and all the support and all the help she needs when she have her children, he also needs his mother. You see, a mother is not just a mother because she's present. A mother is because she's present and she knows what she's doing as she raises her kids. You have a lot of black women that are present in their children's lives, but they're not raising their kids. They're not teaching them the things that they need to know in order to grow up. And I know the argument has been for many, well, we need a man in his life. We need a male role or a male figure, because I don't know what a male needs. I want to give you food for thought right now. A mother does know what a man needs because she chooses a man from time to time, or a boyfriend or a husband. She knows what qualities she likes in a man, and so she knows what turns her on, so she could teach those things to her son. And don't get that twisted, and don't get your mental mind off somewhere. What I mean by that is that she can educate her son on how to be a good and perfect man, because she knows what she don't want. You see what I'm saying? So the relationship between the black women and the young men in their lives can be much better if mothers open up their minds and begin to tell the truth about what's really going on. I'm AJ Copeland, and this was Topics to Go. And during your free time, always remember, catch a topic or two. Tongue got tangled. Later.